Before the agricultural revolution, lords would own several pieces of land like this. They would chop the land up into individual strips and let peasants farm on each strip of land. Now, the land wasn't big enough for the peasant to actually make a profit off of what they grew, so they would just barely grow enough to make it their family be able to have enough food to survive. That's why most peasants were poor when they lived on the land like this. When the agricultural revolution came along, an open field system was made where they would let the land fallow out during a growing season. So on one field you would have barley, on another you would have wheat, on one you would have the common land, which is where they would share their cows and such things like that. And on the other field they would let it fallow out. That's basically where they would let it sit for a growing season and help the nutrients get restored in the soil. Every year they would rotate and move everything to a different field so that they could have different things on each field. So since this is the common land, it would just stay the same, but you would move the wheat down here, the barley over here, and let this field fallow out, and such and so forth. And that would be called the open field system. Now, Charles Turnip Townshend, he created crop rotation, which is a little bit different than the open field system. That is where, instead of letting the land fallow out like we did over here, you would actually let some fodder crops grow. And that's either your clover or your turnips. And that would give your ground the same effect as it would with the fallowing out, but these crops would allow the soil to get nutrients back in it without wasting a growing season. So you could still get something off the land even though it was still getting nutrients. So it was like a win-win situation. Also, the turnips and the clovers could be used to feed the cows and the expensive animals that lived on the common land. It would help them be able to feed them during the winter months, which was very expensive to do.